to find my way and be useful to the world. It's where I'll find my answers, where I will find my peace. Simply said, I need to be useful to the world. Yes, I'm restless. I don't know where I'm bound. Is this a dream with no guarantee my mark will touch the ground? Time is not the answer, nor the company I keep. I'll know it when it comes to me. The wondering will cease. Until then, I'll charge through life, taking all that I can take, and savor all the blessings, and deal with the heartache. Perhaps along the journey, a sense of peace will just unfurl, and know in my heart at last I see I am useful to the world. I take a deep look and I see I have a restless soul. It's calling me to find my way and be useful to the world. It's where I'll find my answers, where I will find my peace. Simply said, I need to be useful to the world. Oh, useful to the world. Ooh, ooh, It's 2 a.m. and I'm lying here, tired yet wide awake, thinking about so many things happening of late. All the changes, all the losses, it's hard for me to take. Time goes on and I find myself lost in my own space. I know things happen as they should, can't argue how they go. Yet I'm filled with discontent, and it's more than the sorrow. There's so many things I'm thankful for, but the longing still remains. Something more that I'm aching for, to free me from this pain. I take a deep look and I see I have a restless soul. It's calling me to find my way and be useful to the world. It's where I'll find my answers, where I will find my peace. Simply said, I need to be useful to the world. Is this a dream with no guarantee? My mark will touch the ground. Time is not the answer, nor the company I keep. I'll know it when it comes to me. The wondering will cease. Until then, I'll charge through life, taking all that I can take, and savor all the blessings, and deal with the heartache. Perhaps along the journey, a sense of peace will just unfurl, and know in my heart at last I see I am useful to the world. I take a deep look and I see I have a restless soul. It's calling me to find my way and be useful to the world. It's where I'll find my answers, where I will find my peace. Simply said, I need to be useful to the world. Oh, useful to the world. Ooh, 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 It's 2 a.m. and I'm lying here, tired yet wide awake, thinking about so many things happening of late. All the changes, all the losses, it's hard for me to take. Time goes on and I find myself lost in my own space. I know things happen as they should, can't argue how they go, yet I'm filled with discontent, and it's more than the sorrow. There's so many things I'm thankful for, but the longing still remains. Something more that I'm aching for, to free me from this pain. I take a deep look and I see I have a restless soul. It's calling me to find my way and be useful to the world. It's where I'll find my answers, where I will find my peace. Simply said, I need to be useful to the world. Yes, I'm restless, I don't know where I'm bound. Is this a dream with no guarantee? My mark will touch the ground. Time is not the answer, nor the company I keep. I'll know it when it comes to me. The wondering will cease. Until then, I'll charge through life, taking all that I can take, and savor all the blessings, and deal with the heartache. Perhaps along the journey, a sense of peace will just unfurl, and know in my heart at last I see I am useful to the world. I take a deep look and I see I have a restless soul. It's calling me to find my way and be useful to the world. It's where I'll find my answers, where I will find my peace. Simply said, I need to be useful to the world. Oh, useful to the world. Ooh, It's 2 a.m. and I'm lying here, tired yet wide awake, thinking about so many things happening of late. All the changes, all the losses, it's hard for me to take. Time goes on and I find myself lost in my own space. I know things happen as they should, can't argue how they go, yet I'm filled with discontent, and it's more than the sorrow. There's so many things I'm thankful for, but the longing still remains. Something more that I'm aching for, to free me from this pain. I take a deep look and I see I have a restless soul. It's calling me to find my way and be useful to the world. It's where I'll find my answers, where I will find my peace. Simply said, I need to be useful to the world. Yes, I'm restless, I don't know where I'm bound. Is this a dream with no guarantee my mark will touch the ground? Time is not the answer, nor the company I keep. I'll know it when it comes to me, the wondering will cease. Until then, I'll charge through life, taking all that I can take, and savor all the blessings, and deal with the heartache. Perhaps along the journey, a sense of peace will just unfurl, and know in
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our 2022 fundraising event. Our stories, our impact. It was great chatting with you earlier. Hopefully, we'll have a chance to chat much more later on tonight throughout the evening. We're just getting started. Thank you for being with us tonight. I hope you will enjoy the evening. We have such a wonderful program for you. I promise it will be even better than the last 2 years combined. Tonight, you will be entertained. That's a guarantee. And you will have the opportunity to win fun raffle prizes. More importantly, now, you will get to listen to our stories. You get to listen to St. Paul's stories, our client stories, our employee stories, as well as our impact on the community. Well, I can't wait to tell you all about that. Now, keep in mind that the money we are raising here tonight will supplement the food program. We are raising money for a cook and a driver to pick up food from different donors in the community, such as Kroger's, Pizza Hut, Chipotle, Wix's Bakery, Olive Gardens, KFC, and many, 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 many more. Our target is $40,000. We are a little bit over 35. We can do it. I'm not worried about doing it. We want to exceed it tonight. Now, if we raise the money, we can continue providing more than 53,000 meals a year. 53,000 meals a year to the community. Now, don't hold back. Get your checkbooks ready. Get your texting ready. Get your PayPal ready. We can do it. But first, before we get into all that, I want to acknowledge and introduce our amazing team that put this production together. I want to introduce Reina Mystique, our lead production manager, Richard John, our videographer and editor, and of course, Lisa Pangov, our CFO. I also want to thank our musicians, Deb Dickerson and the group Someone's Daughter, The Essentials, Jason Black, and Cactus Jack. And now, it's my privilege to introduce the sponsors of this event. You will see their logos scrolling at the bottom right, of your screen. Now, at the presenting level, we have Buckeye Broadband. They are at the presenting level for the third year in a row. Thank you, Buckeye. Dana Corporation and Dana Charitable Foundations, the same thing. Epworth United Methodist Church, who support us in more ways than you can imagine. At our feature level, we have Thermatru. Thank you, Thermatru. They've been long-time supporters of St. Paul's. At the supporting level, we have IBEW, IBEW Local Union 8, long-term supporters. KeyBank, the same thing. Manos Greek Restaurant, delicious food and great supporters of the homeless and St. Paul's. New Era Technology, long-term supporters, and Walmart. I want to introduce to you this year's major event donors, Dan and Carrie Danhauser, Carty Finkbeiner, David and Sharon Merritt, Peter and Beth Paul, Bob and Marilyn Town. And finally, I would like to thank Mancy's Restaurant for providing gift certificates, which we will raffle off tonight. I personally am a great fan of Mancy's Takeout on Phillips. I'll tell you stories later on about it. But if you want to pamper yourself, that's the place to go. I also would like to thank George from the Facebook page Lawhat by George, Lawhat. Lawhat by George, who provided 2 water paintings for us to raffle off tonight. Please check him out on Facebook. !artist. In the chat, we'll bring up his link. !artist. He's a Lebanese artist, very talented. He sells his paintings on Facebook. All his paintings are real places in Lebanon. You must check him out. Again, it's Lawhat by George. Just type !artist in the chat, and that will bring up his link. Moving on, there's so many other supporters who make it possible for us to serve the homeless throughout the years. We are truly grateful for your presence in the community and the support you show us year after year. Each company, each individual gives generously. I'm truly humbled by your kindness. Thank you for supporting the homeless And thank you for choosing St. Paul's Community Center. We are also honored to have so many community partners that support and enhance our work. The Lucas County Mental Health and Recovery Services Board, United Way, the City of Toledo Department of Neighborhoods, the State of Ohio, the Toledo Community Foundation, the Toledo Lucas County Homelessness Board, the Toledo Lucas County Metropolitan Housing, the Arts Commission, and many, many more. Their work cannot be overstated. And I would like to thank everyone, but time won't allow me to name them all. There's so many individuals, so many religious organizations, so many families, corporations that support us with their monetary donations, with their time, with their words. I can't list them all, but I'm sending a heartfelt thank you to all of you. Now, it's an honor to introduce our Board of Trustees. They provide tremendous support for our mission. We are honored to recognize them tonight. The Board of Trustees are President Tony Theros, Vice President Dennis Thayer, Treasurer Christopher Kelly, Secretary Sharon Merritt, Holly Ball, Deb Dickerson, Joe Jardine, John Cruz, Paul Lewis, Mary Mitchell, and Julie Wood. Thank you all for donating your time and resources and all your hard work. Next, a word about our employees. I can't tell you what it means to me personally to have an A team at St. Paul's. In my eyes, they are the true heroes. They are dedicated. When we had staff shortage at one time, they would jump in to pick up shifts. They are so courteous and polite to our clients and to our visitors. At St. Paul's, every day is different. Every client is unique. Our staff have to be mental health experts. They have to be substance use disorder experts. They have to have empathy. They have to care. They have to be gentle. They have to enforce the rules. They have to be supportive. They have to be good observers and read people correctly. They have to listen attentively and communicate effectively. In addition, they work when the rest of us are sleeping and celebrating holidays with our families. They make sure our clients are taken care of around the clock. If that's not special, well, I don't know what is. I can't thank them enough for doing what they are doing. And tonight, you will get to hear some of their stories. Thank you all. Now we have a wonderful evening planned. Thank you for being with us. And without further ado, I would like to get started.
We're going to dedicate this next one to St. Paul's Homeless Shelter. They do a lot of work in the area. Mike Shelter.
Well, thank you, Cactus Jack. Thank you, Cactus Jack. That was really, really beautiful. Really beautiful. And they are a local band and just impressed by them. Thank you again. Now, don't forget what we're doing here tonight. This is a fundraiser. We want to raise $40,000. We're a little bit over 35,000. We can do it. We can hit that 40 mark. Let's do it, guys. In the meantime, while you're getting your checkbooks out, I have a video prepared for you. You will hear from people from different backgrounds who got involved with St. Paul's. You're going to hear from a retired teacher, a worker from work experience program, a volunteer, a resident who just got housed. Some have been involved with us for 2 years, others longer than that. Even me. I got involved with St. Paul's about 12 years ago. Now, who would have thought that a person like me, who was born and raised in Lebanon, 6,000 miles away from Toledo, I was raised in the 60s and 70s, who would have thought that I will end up on the list of people who got involved with St. Paul's? Well, tonight, since the theme is our stories, our impact, as uncomfortable as it is for me, I will tell you a little bit more about me and my story. I want to share with you 2 stories about me, but first, I want to pause a little bit and learn more about these wonderful people that I refer to. We want to hear about their stories, how they got involved with us. And I know how you got involved with us. I know each one of you. It's a fundraiser. Get those checkbooks ready.
So I'm Dennis Thayer, lifelong resident of Toledo, Ohio, went to St. Paul's United Methodist Church when St. Paul's Community Center was started in the basement back in the 70s.
My name is Jesse Hardison. I've been involved with St. Paul's now for maybe I want to say about 2 years.
I'm Jeremy Pfeiffer. I've been homeless for 12 years. I finally got my first apartment.
I'm retired from Lord's University. I retired 7 years ago. What was important to me was to do some volunteer, and I've been volunteering ever since.
St. Paul's has come a long way since the basement. How did I get invited to be on the board? That's really a very, very good question. But I'm glad that I was. I think we have a great director. I think we have a great finance person. And the staff that I've met have all been top-notch.
I've been at St. Paul's for roughly a year and a half. It was terrible, man. I had to sleep outside in the winter, ice pillows, you name it. I used to sleep on heaters, outside companies, in the woods, in abandoned cars, abandoned houses. I had a friend that went to St. Paul's and he recommended that I go there.
Mostly work with Matt in the kitchen, but I'm also open to helping with laundry or sorting clothes. I'm open for that too, if they need me.
A lot of times chicken, you know, you have your soups and you got pizza and you know, they do good. They got cookies and stuff for people, all kind of desserts.
It's a way of giving back.
And I'm glad to hear that we have places where people can go and you know, and get involved in whatever program, whether it's the pay program, you know, whether it's to be off the streets at night in the winter. Winters are tough here.
At St. Paul's, we do believe that our clients can change and that sometimes in life we get derailed and bad things happen.
I think the feeding program is very important. I never would have thought that there could be this much hunger in this country, such an affluent country.
When I'm in the serving line and you happen to know their first name, it's just a personal thing, and I truly like the serving part of it.
Maybe my skill or my want to learn how to cook. I learned a few skills watching meals be prepared. Now that I work at St. Paul's, I feel like I have enough confidence to go out for a job.
Dana Charitable Foundation was established in 1956 in an effort to embrace and support good citizenship in communities where Dana people live and work. The foundation is dedicated to addressing current and evolving needs in our communities with emphasis on educating our children and our people, revitalizing neighborhoods, enlightening lives through art and culture, and improving physical and mental well-being. At Thermatru, we believe it's important to give back to our communities. We're proud to support over 100 organizations to make a positive impact on the places we call home. From donating to our community food banks to catering lunches for local first responders, we're always looking for meaningful ways to make a difference. Therma-Tru employees regularly volunteer their time to participate in fundraisers and drives to benefit local organizations and charities.
Welcome back, everybody. You know, I'm gonna get that donation thing going. I wanna start that process. The first donation that we receive, there's a $25 gift certificate from Macy's. This is something new that I'm doing this year. First donation SPCC receives, the donor gets $25. You can donate at least $25 for now. All right, let's move on with our program. Now it's time for me to share my story. Remember, I told you it's going to be uncomfortable for me, but here we come. My story is not about being homeless and living on the streets. My family was stable. I had lots of friends, I played ball, and did all the things that normal kids do. Yet my story is also the story of a young man coming of age, surviving the trauma of a civil war. And through this lens, I want to tell you how I came to view the experiences of individual experiencing homelessness. I want to share with you two events, two stories. First, the story of adaptation and survival. I remember back in Lebanon, I must have been 16 or 17. I was in the market with my friend and I heard gunshots coming out of nowhere. Within seconds, the market closed down. People were scrambling to find a safe place to hide, well, including me. I remember the panic. I remember the fear. I remember how me and my friend hid in the entrance of the first building we saw. But a few minutes later, the gunshots stopped. The stores reopened, and word of mouth carried the message that it was a personal dispute between two people, and it's settled now. Well, me and my friend continued our stroll in the market like nothing has happened. Well, when I reflect on that now, I can't believe that I viewed that experience as being normal. Today, I believe that my telling myself that this experience was normal was nothing but an adaptation to a new reality. If I didn't adapt to living the trauma of the war, I couldn't have survived. I would have stayed home, hiding from everyone and hiding from everything. Now, when I think about our clients, how their lives is in danger every day, they eat from garbage cans, they sleep on the streets covered with snow, they get beaten up, they get attacked, they get insulted, they get humiliated, and they go on with their lives thinking that's normal. I bet you, just like me, they can feel the panic and they can feel the fear. Well, to them it's normal because they are adapting in order to survive. Well, to me, those conditions are not acceptable. We will advocate for them until every last person experiencing homelessness is housed and is safe. And the second personal story I would like to share with you about me is the story of appreciating the small things. When I was growing up, commodities were scarce. One example of the scarcity was electricity. We would get it maybe 2 hours a day, and sometimes we wouldn't get it at all. I remember when electricity was back for those couple of hours, everybody in the house was happy. We'd turn on the lights, we'd start the laundry, we'd turn on the TV, have fun, have a ball. Now let me tell you the story of appreciating the small things and one of our clients. At St. Paul's, we always have events happening. Well, one night, we thought it would be fun just to have an ice cream bar. And indeed, we did so and had a lot of fun. A year later, I kid you not, a year later, I ran into one client. He distinctly remembered the ice cream night, and he thanked me for it. He told me, and he was hiding his tears, you could see it, that he was craving banana split so bad, and that night he ate it to his heart content. Now that story is very touching to me. Of all the trauma and all the hardships of being homeless, this little thing, the ice cream, is what made him happy and what gave him hope. Now, when I reflect on my story about enjoying a couple of hours of electricity a day and his story and how we all appreciate the little things, keep that in mind the next time you encounter an individual experiencing homelessness. You may make his day just by looking at him in the eye or looking him in the eye, just by giving him a smile, just by saying hello, hand him a bottle of water. Any gesture of kindness will do. Our volunteers, our staff are great at that. They always do that. But please don't underestimate the power of little things. Here at St. Paul's, we know it very well. And that's why we have cookouts, we have parking lot gatherings, we take our clients to places like the Pizza Palooza, we have ice cream bar nights, and all those little events that you help us make happen. Your donations make those little events happen. Those little things make a huge difference in our clients' lives, and it gives them hope. Now, I don't want the story to end here. I don't want the story of appreciating the little things to end here. I want to tell you one more story about one of our clients. Here it goes. One day was a normal day at the shelter. A donor came in, very normal, and he dropped off a couple of bags of clothes. Well, that was fine. One of the clients liked the coat, so he took it. Minutes later, he came back to me. He said, Joe, I found $900 in the pocket of the coat. Mind you, this is a person who doesn't have a dollar to his name. He got this windfall of $900 and he wanted to give it back to its rightful owner. We called back the donor, told him what happened. The donor came back and he thanked the client and gave him a reward. When the donor left, the client asked me to go to his office with him. He just started crying. He just couldn't hold back his tears. That small reward meant so much more to him than the $900 and possibly more than all the money in the world. It's a small thing, but it's a small thing that he earned in an honest way. I love that story. I love it because it also shows how good-hearted our clients, how good-hearted the homeless are, and the values they live by. Well, now that I shared these two stories of my life, I also remember the good times as well. I have fond memories of our house in Lebanon. My parents were very loving individuals. They made me feel secure. They gave me the best education. They pushed me to do better. They instilled in me all those family values. They supported my decisions, and they were all around wonderful parents. Yet, the country was at war. My parents wanted better opportunities for me. They wanted me to go abroad, and I was torn. I didn't want to leave the security of the house, but I knew I had to leave, and I decided to do just that. So I came to Toledo. Now, sometimes I wonder how many of our clients have the support of the family. They have the support of the friends. I wonder how many of them have the support of society that pushes them to do better and move forward. I bet you not too many. I bet you not too many of them. Now, in the next segment later on, I will tell you more about my early Toledo memories, and that ought to be fun, how those memories will relate to homelessness. Now, let's take a moment just to celebrate the good with another musical selection. Jason Black. The musical selection is by Jason Black. Let's hear it.
I'd like to give a huge shout out to the St. Paul Community Center and all the great work that they're doing in the Toledo area for the homeless. Thank you so much for what you do. We appreciate you.
Must be getting early, clocks are running late. Paint by number morning sky looks so phony. Dawn is breaking everywhere. Light a candle, curse the glare. Draw the curtains, I don't care, 'cause it's alright. I will get by. I will get by. I will get by. I will get by. I will survive. I see you got your list out. Say your piece and get out. Yes, I get the gist of it, but it's alright. Sorry that you feel that way. The only thing there is to say, every silver lining's got a touch of gray. I will get by. I will get by. I will get by. I will get by. I will survive. It's a lesson to me. Abels and the bakers and the seeds. The ABCs we all must face to try to keep a little grace. No, the rent is in arrears. The dog has not been fed in years. It's even worse than it appears, but it's alright. Cows giving kerosene. The kids can read at 17. The words he knows are all obscene, but it's alright. I will get by. I will get by. I will get by. I will survive. It's a lesson to me. The deltas and the east and the freeze. The ABCs we all think of to try to keep a little love. The shoe is on the hand it fits. There's really nothing much left to it. Whistle through your teeth and spit, 'cause it's alright. Oh well, a touch of gray kinda suits you anyway. That was all I had to say, but it's alright. I will get by.
All right, guys, are you ready? Are you ready? I can hear you. It's raffle time. That's the moment that it gives me a lot of joy because it gives me the opportunity to give back to you. Thanks to our sponsors and those Macy's restaurants who make this happen. Now, the next raffle is a $25 gift certificate from Macy's and a $10 gift certificate from Target. So there's no reason why any of you should not donate $35 to St. Paul's right now. And by the way, thank you, Marcus, for your first donation. We got the first donation. And I want to thank Hassan and Cindy also for their generous donation as well. Keep them rolling, guys. This is a fundraiser. Our target is $40,000. We are raising money to keep the food program going. We are raising money just to get the cook and to get a driver to pick up all those donations from Kroger's, from Wix's Bakery, from all the other places. In the meantime, you guys enter the raffle. Now, you know already because it's on the chat, exclamation mark raffle will allow you to enter into the drawing. And of course, it's an electronic drawing. Every one of you should enter. Please, we have exciting prices now, and we have more prices down the road. And I want to thank Juanita Laufer for supporting our campaign and for your generous donation. Thank you so much. And thank you all for thinking about St. Paul's. Remember again, guys, this is a fundraiser. We have fun here. We're going to play raffle. You're going to win, but also we're going to raise the money.
Good afternoon, Steve. It's so great to be with you here today and talk to you briefly about our commitment to St. Paul's Community Center and being the presenting sponsor for this year's fundraiser.
Thank you, Jenny. It's great to be with you and all of our friends who are a part of St. Paul's. You know, our mission statement here at Epworth United Methodist Church is hope for today, hope for tomorrow, and a place to call home. One of the ways we live that out is by opening our arms to friends and partners like you at St. Paul's Community Center and others around this region and literally around the world. And we thank you for allowing us to be a part of that today.
One focus of Epworth's giving, Steve, is through volunteerism, advocacy, and donations going towards organizations that address food insecurity and homelessness. Epworth and St. Paul's Community Center have been in partnership for many decades because of the boots-on-the-ground services that they provide to those in need. We see firsthand the progress and difference that St. Paul's makes in the lives of those that are struggling and who they serve, and Epworth will continue our commitment to look for deep and meaningful ways to partner with St. Paul's. Again, we are so grateful to be able to be a presenting sponsor of this year's annual fundraiser and to support St. Paul's and their mission as they go forth.
God bless you.
The raffle has closed now, and it's time to pick a winner. And in the meantime, I want to thank everybody for their donations. We got some donations during this break, during this raffle. Thank you so much. Thank you to all of you who donated. And I'm waiting for the winner. We're going to announce it in just a minute. And if you win, please on the chat, write, "Hi, Lisa." If I call your name, write, "Hi, Lisa." And she'll contact you just to see how we can deliver the prizes to you. So the winner is, let me see, Matey. All right, congratulations, Matey. You are the winner of a $25 gift certificate to Macy's and $10 to Target. Those of you guys who entered and did not win, don't worry. We have plenty of prizes coming up in few more minutes. Stay tuned. Don't go away. We have a lot of stories to tell you. We have a lot of fun coming up. One of the stories is the story of St. Paul's during the last year. The last time we left you with a fundraiser was September 2021. A year has gone by and we have done a lot of things. I want to show you a montage, a video here, some slides about the fun things that we have done. And we are about to do more fun things, but we need your support. We need your donations. We need you to continue supporting St. Paul's. Even if you don't want to donate, just tell your friends out there that St. Paul's is out there. And we do a lot of great things. We do showers for anybody in the community. We have the payee program. We have the shelter. We feed the community 53,000 meals a year. We do a lot of neat things out there. Just spread the word out. Now, let's sit back and enjoy what St. Paul's has done in the last year. Let's see the year in review coming up in a second. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. That was a great montage for 8 minutes. But I want to let you know that at St. Paul's we do much more. We do much more than that. We give away turkeys during Thanksgiving. We have the ham. Sometimes families or individuals come in. They want one for their families for the holidays. Christmas, we had a lot of Christmas party last years. We do a lot of cookouts, and more importantly, we have the payee program. We serve more than 550 individuals with their financial support, financial management. We do the shelter. We house about 42% of individuals who come in. We house them. We do have the showers that are open for anybody in the community. We have the food program, the laundry, the mail, and you guys know the story now better than I do. We do a lot of amazing things at St. Paul's Community Center. With your support, we can continue to do all those wonderful things. I know I'm chatting with folks here on the chat, but I know there's a lot of people who are watching. They're not on the chat. I want to send a hello to all of you guys out there. Thank you for your support. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being in our corner. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And having said that, I want to introduce the next video. The next musical piece, or number I should call it, since we're musicians here, they are the Essentials. They're a wonderful group. You're going to enjoy it like you enjoyed the other two pieces. And there's a little bit of kind of a nice little thing here for you. The young lady who sings is Elizabeth Arden, and she's the granddaughter of Ruth Arden, who started St. Paul's Community Center since day one, and she has been the executive for the longest time. So that's a little bit of a nice trivia just to throw out there. And while you're listening to the music, please get ready for the second raffle, and please get ready for your donations. We want to hit 40,000. Again, we are a little bit over 35,000. We can do it, guys. We can do it. We can do it. Let's go.
Hey, thanks everybody. Hey, I do want to give a shout out to St. Paul. They're doing a lot of stuff here with our community with helping homeless people, and I think it's fantastic.
right, there we go. Okay, guys, let's get excited again. It's raffle time. This is our second raffle, and we do have a third one coming up. This raffle, you have the opportunity to win. What are you going to win? The painting by George. Again, remember, it's the painting by George. Check him out on Facebook, Love Hot by George. It's about a 12 by 12 painting, or a little bit smaller than that, and a $10 gift certificate from Amazon. So let's get ready. Let's all play. Exclamation mark raffle will get you in, and I hope somebody's gonna win it. Might as well be you. And in the meantime, you guys, while you're doing this, when you're done entering, just remember what we are doing here. I don't need to remind you. Let's get going. Now, since we have about a minute to kill or so, I just got a listing of here of individuals famous individuals who became homeless throughout the year. But first, I want to tell you our latest edition at St. Paul's. I don't know if you guys knew, but what we did last year, we had phone chargers installed on the outside of St. Paul's. This way, if a person is homeless, doesn't know where to charge his phone, they don't even have to knock at our doors. They can just be outside and plug their phone in, and they can get charged. It's the little things like these, ladies and gentlemen, it's the little things like these that make us a little bit different. We are trying to help individuals, not only the ones who are coming in, but also the ones who choose to be isolated or not to engage with us. It's okay if they don't engage. The time will come when we will engage them. Even if a person is sleeping outside, we try to do an outreach to them. Even if they don't want to engage, we engage with them until they're ready to engage with us. All right?
When the storm hits, some complain about the wind, while the visionary adjusts the sails. Now, more than ever, the world needs dreamers and doers. At Dana, we power innovation to move our world. Our 40,000 people in over 30 countries partner with those who think without limits to advance a better tomorrow. We are the only supplier with in-house capabilities to deliver all elements of a fully integrated, electrified system across all mobility markets anywhere in the world. And our science-driven approach means that we transparently validate and report on our climate actions. Living an extraordinary life means making a positive impact where it matters most. We are Dana, people finding a better way.
All right, guys, we're back. You know, I did promise you that I'm going to tell you famous people who are homeless. J-Lo was one of them. I don't know if you knew that. J-Lo was one of the individuals who was very briefly homeless, sleeping on a cot in a dance studio when she was 18. I thought that was an important trivia. It just goes to show you that homelessness can touch everybody. Nobody's immune. We are not immune from becoming homeless at any time. So please, please, please support St. Paul's Community Center. Having said that, it's almost time for the raffle to end. And we are in the process of picking a winner. And we have one, Don Jackson. Congratulations, Don. Don has won a $10 gift certificate from Amazon and a beautiful painting by George. Check him out. Check Love Hot by George on Facebook. You would love his painting. You would just love his paintings. I fell in love with them. So, congratulations, Don. Don, just chat with Lisa. Identify yourself or introduce yourself to Lisa on the chat, and she'll get in touch with you, and we'll find a way to deliver those prizes to you. Thank you for playing. Hey guys, don't go away. We have a lot of fun things coming up. We have a lot of stories coming up. And also we have one final raffle And we have a big raffle prize as well. So don't go away. Let's get ready and we're ready to move on, right? Okay, let's do this. Now it's time to move on with our program. It's time to hear the second part of the story of the video that you saw in the very beginning. Let's see the conclusion of the stories and how the impact of St. Paul's was upon them. Let's see it.
I was able to go to St. Paul's, and St. Paul's was able to help me out a great deal.
Yes, I'm very proud of one of my clients. He's one step closer to being housed.
I highly recommend, if you're in the area, if you need help, to contact St. Paul's. They'll get you right on track. It's been 12 long, hard years, and it's going to be nice to finally be able to get rest at night without looking over my shoulder at every second.
Working at St. Paul's, you see a lot of people.
Because the problem is not going away. The problem is getting worse. I never would have thought that. You know, I would have been hopeful that the problem would be going away, and I don't see that. And I'm glad to hear that we have places where people can go and you know, and get involved in whatever program.
I've been in this apartment roughly one night. Pitchers, Kool-Aid, plates, bread, cereal, and a nice cool refrigerator. Well, I became homeless because I lost a job, because I was uncomfortable. I'm uncomfortable with people. Yeah, I dealt with deep depression, anxiety, dementia, and those things hindered me from getting a job. I had a friend that went to St. Paul's and he recommended that I go there to get treatment. I went right away. I had to call 211. I didn't have a phone. I used my friend's phone. Didn't have no IDs or no social security cards or birth certificates. Mailing addresses was hard to come by. I didn't really have nowhere to send my mail. After about a couple of months, I was able to change my address over to St. Paul's, and St. Paul's was able to help me get my social security card and birth certificate and ID. I was able to stay focused, get on track, utilize case management. A year and a half in St. Paul's was a good experience for me. I met a lot of cool people. Just to have a place to lay my head, I was grateful. It's a blessing. There's nothing like having your own space. I'm head over heels for being responsible right now and taking care of my business. And having an apartment is the first step to doing so.
And I think that St. Paul's and the staff just do a wonderful job in that area of helping people.
I guess it taught me as a person how to be more responsible.
So I'm happy.
I just want to let you know that my success story, I'm not the only one that can achieve these goals if you put your mind to it and keep working hard and stay focused and get the proper help you need. You can get right back on track with your life.
Okay, guys, I'm coming back to you with great news. We got one pledge for $2,500. One pledge for $2,500. We are less than $2,500 away from our goal. Thank you so much for that donor. Thank you so much. And you guys, we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. $2,500. We can do it in the next half hour. Thank you again, everybody. Thank you for your donations. We have great sponsors. We have great supporters. And we want to move on with our program. But before we do that, I'm going to tell you the second part of my story. The second part of my story. We just watched a very powerful video about different peoples and their stories. And now it's my turn. Remember, I'm not very comfortable with sharing things, but here I go. Let me tell you the stories. When I came to Toledo, I was very young, barely 19 years old. And I told you about my parents and how safe and secure they made me feel. Well, 1 minute I was surrounded by all that love, and the next I was so isolated and alone. I survived those few days in a hotel in a strange country until I made connections in the University of Toledo. I remember my first encounters with staff at the international office. I spoke some English. I held my own pretty good, but they were using, the staff at the international office, they were using abbreviations and slang that a 19-year-old Lebanese man couldn't possibly understand. Well, they were using abbreviations like ASAP or a GPA, and then they used words like a meal plan. Well, what's a meal plan? I don't plan my meals. I was barely 19 years old. Then they said I had to get a statement from a doctor about my health. I was thinking, well, where can I find a doctor? I've only been in the country for a couple of days. Well, the story goes on, and they said, well, look in the yellow pages. Well, to me, what are the yellow pages? I don't even have a phone. My suitcase was still unpacked. They told me use a payphone. Well, I didn't even know what that was. I was coming from a country where the phones were barely functioning. I didn't even know what a payphone was. And now, 40 years later, I reflect on how me and how our clients feel when they come to us. To us, to me, when I go to the shelter, it's just another day in the office. But to them, they feel alone. They feel isolated. They feel disconnected, just like I felt when I first came in. Well, I reflect on the language that we use with them. And I wonder, do they really understand what we're talking about? Let me give you an example. As soon as they see us, we want to do something called the SPDAT, so we can refer them to Section 8 or PSH. We tell them they may qualify for rapid rehousing. Well, whatever that means to them. But first, we tell them we have to do an ISP, and we want them to sign somewhere so we can get an HI form from their doctor. Then we go about our business. Well, here they are. They are left feeling more confused, more alone, and more isolated when they came in. Well, this time of treatment happens everywhere they go. How do you navigate a complex system that you don't even understand? Let me tell you a story, my story, about a complex system and where does one begin navigating that system. I remember when I first presented at the University of Toledo to register for classes, and that was back in 1981. No computers, no apps. I was told just to go to the student union. So I went. and all I could see was lines of students waiting to get their registration slip stamped. There were several lines, each one longer than the other, and all I could think about is, well, how do I begin this registration process? I don't even have a paper for someone to stamp. Well, this is exactly the story of the homeless. They have all these issues, they want to address them, but they don't know how to get started and how to navigate a complex system. I want to tell you one more story about our client. One client about not knowing where to get started and how to navigate the system. Well, recently at the shelter, we housed a gentleman. When he was about to leave the shelter and go to his place, I was congratulating him, and then we started chit-chatting and talking a little bit on how he became homeless and other things. Well, he told me his story. He said his grandfather was taking care of him until the grandfather died. Well, this person wasn't able to take care of himself very well, so he became homeless. He was on the streets for a good year before he had some medical complications, and he went to the hospital, and then the hospital placed him at St. Paul's. I asked him, well, why didn't he come to St. Paul's sooner? He said he wanted to, but he didn't know how to get to St. Paul's. Well, I was taken aback with that a little bit, but I realized that his story is more complex than just not knowing how to get to St. Paul's. He probably tried. He tried very hard to get to St. Paul's. He asked around, but he couldn't get past the language and the lingo. Well, time passed. He adapted to living on the streets because he had to survive. He wasn't surrounded by a wonderful family who pushed him to do better. He felt alone. He felt isolated. He felt afraid. And he probably panicked and simply just gave up. Well, I'm glad his story has a happy ending. He got housed. My story has a happy ending as well. I came to Toledo, difficult as it was in the beginning. Toledo offered me the opportunity to put myself through college, earn a couple of master's degrees, work, get a career going, have great friends, meet wonderful people. I couldn't ask for more, and for that I'm very thankful. I love Lebanon where I grew up, and I love the United States for all the opportunities it offered me. And now, indulge me a little bit, I want to pay homage to both countries with a piano piece that is coming up. Yours sincerely is playing.
Buckeye Broadband has been actively investing in Northwest Ohio communities for more than 50 years. Buckeye employees live, work, and play here, so we believe in taking care of our hometowns with the same care we give to our customers. Each year, Buckeye gives through community partnerships with local nonprofit arts, education, and human services organizations striving to support and further their work and missions. Buckeye is more than just a technology and digital media company. We are a local company committed to taking care of Northwest Ohio, Southeast Michigan, and Erie County. IBEW Local 8 works to organize workers in the electrical industry. We work to cultivate feelings of friendship and to seek a higher and higher standard of living. IBEW Local 8 Toledo is a proud supporter of all that SPCC does for our community. Walmart seeks to create value in the communities where we operate, strengthening them through local grants, encouraging volunteerism, local giving, and supporting programs that help them thrive.
Okay, guys, we are back, and thank you all, thank you to every single person who donated. Now we are less than $2,000 away, to hit our goal of $40,000. Thank you, generous donor of $2,500 pledge. Thank you to every single person who is donating throughout this fundraising event. Before we move on, though, I introduce the next video, I want to tell you a little bit about trivia stories about famous people who became homeless. And the idea here is just to illustrate the point that everybody is just a heartbeat away from being homeless. We get famous people like Jewel, the singer, the songwriter Jewel. She was living in a car as a teenager, and it wasn't until she struck her first record deal that she was able to get out of homelessness. And also, just another trivia, another celebrity trivia about homelessness. Sylvester Stallone, Rocky hit bottom as well. And here's a sad story a little bit. He had to sell his dog for $50 in order to survive. But then there's a little bit of happy ending here because he was able to sell a script. They got him money, and he bought back his dog for $3,000. So a lot of famous people are homeless. You and I are a heartbeat from being homeless. Homeless people, ladies and gentlemen, they are our neighbors, our sons, our daughters, our parents. Everybody is a heartbeat away from homelessness. Just let's keep St. Paul's doors open. Let's keep the food program open. Let's keep the shelter open. Let's be very generous with this donation. And now I would like to move to the next segment of our story, the story of Derek. Derek is a gentleman that we got to know last year during Winter Crisis. And by the way, Winter Crisis last year, we had 263 unduplicated individuals, meaning that we had 263 different people taking advantage of Winter Crisis program within the 3 months that we were open. So the story of Derek, back to that, we got to know him during last Winter Crisis. He was kind of a quiet man, an older gentleman, but then we started talking to him, started to learn his story and get to know him. We found out that at one point he was very famous. He was brushing shoulders with celebrities. He played with the Four Tops, a Motown band, and then he ended up becoming homeless. In this video, he doesn't tell us how he became homeless because he wanted to keep that confidential. So we kept it confidential for him. So in about a minute, we're gonna hear his story, except this crucial part. But we honor his wishes, and that's how it goes. All right, let's hear his story.
Derek Holloway. Been a musician all my life since I was 7 years old. Guitar is my instrument, but I can also play piano. Been to quite a few places, even overseas. Even overseas, played before the Queen. I was approached by a producer out of Motown named Paul Reiser. He called me and said the Four Tops was looking for a guitarist. And asked me if I was interested in playing. I told him yes. So they came on a Monday. They bought a stack of music. Gave me the music to the 72-minute show. At the same time, they gave me a book of plane tickets and said, see you at the airport on Friday. It was an experience. The first night I was with them, I royally messed up. Second night, I messed up again. Third night, I got by a little better, but I still messed up. Being that I got sick later with diabetes, I could no longer continue to travel with them. I have a family, kids. I have 3 sons and 4 daughters. Little things that happens, so right now I'm in deep prayer over it. Well, this is the very first time I've been in the Winter Crisis program. So far, it's been very helpful. They give you a place to lay your head. They give you a bite to eat. Give you a place to wash your body. This is a CD that I wrote and I produced myself. So I learned to play melodies inside notations, inside the chord. Right now I'm trying to get my life back in order, getting into somewhere I can open up and be myself. I was offered a job to come play the guitar and sing, so. I'm not giving up. I'm steady gonna keep fighting. So I'm not a giver up, I believe that I can do better. I think St. Paul's a great place. I think it does a lot to help the community. I thank you.
No matter your stage in life or where you are in your spiritual journey, Epworth is a place for you to fit right in and find authentic relationships. Get involved in making a difference and change lives, all while finding a sense of purpose. Check out why so many people are excited to call Epworth their church home. Worship that's meaningful. Sermons relating to everyday life. A place to partner and grow in faith at every age. People who care for one another. Whatever reason brings you to Epworth, we hope you'll take the time to get to know us and experience our worship and ministry for yourself. For 30 years, Mano's Greek Restaurant has been the go-to restaurant in Toledo, Ohio for authentic Greek cuisine. Mano's offers diners at lunch and dinner a comfortable, casual, relaxing atmosphere. New Era Technology works with customers as a trusted technology advisor. Philanthropy at New Era Tech is a common thread that unites our leadership, company employees, and partners. New Era Tech proudly supports St. Paul's Community Center and their annual fundraising event.
Okay, guys, I'm back. I feel it's time for another raffle. Now again, that's another chance to win. This time, you will have a chance to win a $20 gift certificate for Target. So everybody out there, I want you just to write a check to St. Paul's for $20. And one person will earn it back, $20 gift certificate to the next winner. Again, it's exclamation mark raffle, and you will enter it. And don't go away if you don't win, because we have a couple more chances for you to win more goodies at the end. For right now, I just want you just to get excited with me and enter the raffle. Play this game with us. I stuttered here a little bit. Forgive me.
As the manager of our community relations, Buckeye Broadband asks that I find and help support the organizations in our community that are making the biggest impact. St. Paul's Community Center is one of those organizations that has a heavy lift this year more than ever. So we were really excited when they reached out to us so that we can be a part of this 10th annual fundraising event. Buckeye Broadband is proud to stand by St. Paul's Community Center as a presenting sponsor this year, and we hope you will too. We hope you can donate and give back to this great organization and their incredible mission. We want to thank St. Paul's Community Center for inviting us to be just a small part of this mission. It really means a lot to us. We're proud to be here, and we hope you can help. Thanks.
Okay, guys, we are waiting for a winner. There's gonna be one of you who's gonna win a $20 gift certificate from Target. I can't wait. Give me a drum roll here. Can't wait. I have Rolanda Key, won $20 gift certificate. Thank you, Rolanda. And I miss you in the chat somewhere. I don't know if you are in the chat, but thank you for playing. Thank you, everybody, for participating in this game with us. Thank you for joining us. And now this is a time to bring this fundraising event to its purpose. We are meeting here tonight because of the fundraising. We're raising money to supplement our food program. We're raising money to get the kitchen going with the cook, with the driver, to continue our services at St. Paul's Community Center. There are so many ways to give. The most fun way to give is to come down and see me personally at 230 13th Street. Just call me and I will come down and meet you. As a matter of fact, I would love to meet all our donors and personally thank them. But there's so many other ways to donate. And again, we want to hit that $40,000 tonight. Tonight, we're not going to go home until we hit it. You can donate through Venmo, through PayPal, through Cash App, Give Life Fee, all that stuff that I don't understand very well, but you understand it and you can give through that. If you are a text person, our number for texting is 53555. You can text us 53555, text SPCC Toledo. And by the way, this is our tag for Venmo, for PayPal, for just about everything, which stands for St. Paul's Community Center, Toledo, SPCC Toledo. Again, the texting number is 53555. Text SPCC Toledo, and magically it will take you to that electronic site that you can pay through Venmo, PayPal, or mail a check. There's so many other fun ways to donate. Traditionally, just get your paper and your pencil and write that check, put it in an envelope, put that stamp in there, and mail it to us at 230 13th Street, Toledo, Ohio, 43604. That's one way to do it. Electronically, again, I personally use PayPal a lot. I don't know if it's your favorite, but that's a way to do it. And remember why we're doing this. We're doing this to raise the money for the kitchen, for a cook, for the community, for a driver. We have a lot of partners. We have Kroger's in our corner. We have Wix's Bakery. We pick up food from there. We have Chipotle's. We have KFC. We have many, many, many individuals, corporations that support St. Paul's, support hunger. Please join them in that. This is what we're doing here tonight. It's fundraising for that purpose. We heard from our sponsors. We heard from Epworth United Methodist Church, Dana Corporations, and Dana Charitable Foundation is a big supporter of St. Paul's. We have Buckeye Broadband, third year in a row, supported us. We have sponsors for this event. Let me just name a few of them. We have Dan and Carrie Danhauser, Carty Finkbinder, Dr. Jay and Tina Jindal are our big supporters and sponsors, and many, many more. Forgive me if I don't name you. David and Sharon Merritt are big supporters, and so many more, guys. Please join that list. It's a very prestigious list to join. We are raising money just to get our food program. Winter crisis is coming. The holidays are coming. We don't want to leave anybody out there hungry. We want to be the preferred place for the homeless to go to get the nutritious meal. So please be generous. Our program is coming to the end almost. We're going to play raffles again. We have 2 opportunities for raffles. We still have one painting, about 10 by 11, something like that we want to give away. We want you to win it. We want you to stick around. We have Amazon gift cards as well, $20. We still have Macy's gift cards that we want to give away. Please stick around and also support us. If you enjoyed this program, if you like what we do, if you support individuals experiencing homelessness, let's get it going. Our target is $40,000, and we will definitely post on our website, on Facebook, the final amount that we raised. We're very proud of you for being supporter of St. Paul's. We are very proud of our community that is always there with us. We collaborate with multiple entities, with NHA, with ProMedica, with the EBIDE, I'm sorry, I'm stuttering on that, the EBIDE Promise, and much, much more. So I'm going to be quiet now for a minute and let you do your things before we move on to the raffle.
In life, or where you are in your spiritual journey, Epworth is a place for you to fit right in and find authentic relationships. Get involved in making a difference and change lives, all while finding a sense of purpose. Check out why so many people are excited to call Epworth their church home. Worship that's meaningful. Sermons relating to everyday life. A place to partner and grow in faith at every age. People who care for one another. Whatever reason brings you to Epworth, we hope you'll take the time to get to know us and experience our worship and ministry for yourself. For 30 years, Mano's Greek Restaurant has been the go-to restaurant in Toledo, Ohio for authentic Greek cuisine. Mano's offers diners at lunch and dinner.
Okay, guys, no more asking for money. I did that enough. Time for fun. We have 2 raffles, the small one and the big one. We're going to start with the small one, and we want you to win it. We want you to win the big one as well. We just want you to play and have fun. The next raffle, which is about to open, is Amazon. Amazon for $20. And if you don't win it, that's okay, because the next raffle is the big one, The next one, the one coming after that, is $25 Mancy's. The water painting, beautiful painting, Love Hot by George. And a $10 Amazon card and a $10 Target. So stick around. You can't leave us yet. Now, the next raffle is Amazon $20. We want you all to play exclamation mark raffle, and that will get you in. In the meantime, maybe I have another trivia about famous individuals who became homeless. Steve Jobs is one of them. He was very briefly homeless when he left college and so on. He became homeless for a short period of time. So again, it goes to show you that homelessness is here. It hit geniuses as well as individuals who have mental health issues, substance use issues. Nobody's immune. We are all a heartbeat away from being homeless. So please, 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 again, have fun with us. Play the raffle. We want you to win. And please support us, if not with your money, with your treasure. Just be a good ambassador for St. Paul's. We do a lot of good things. You know about our programs. You know about our showers. We know about the laundry. You know about us having an open door policy. You know about us allowing individuals to camp in our across the street from us, or just in the sidewalk, simply because they want to be left alone, but they still want to be under our protection. And remember, these guys who are camping around us, they come in and they eat at St. Paul's. They have showers at St. Paul's. Our wonderful case managers and outreach managers, they go out and they touch base with them every day, more than once, just to make sure they are okay, they are fed, they don't need anything, they have water, they have the basic necessities. So now I see from the corner of my eye, it's getting ready for the winner. The winner is our wonderful outreach person, Oline Clinton. Congratulations, Oline. You deserve it. You truly, 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 truly deserve it. A big shout out and thank you for Oline for doing such a wonderful job at St. Paul's Community Center. We couldn't be more thankful and proud that she is on our staff. And believe me, this woman is everywhere. I was just telling her this morning, God, Oline, every time I turn around, you are taking care of somebody in need or something that we need at St. Paul's. That's the kind of staff we have at St. Paul's. All of them. All of them are just wonderful individuals. But congratulations, Oline. You won a $20 gift certificate from Target. Now, don't go away. Another raffle is coming up. Another raffle is coming up. The next one is the big one. $25 from Mancy's Restaurant. A water painting by George. Check him out on Facebook. Love Hot by George. That's spelled Lawhat by George. You're gonna fall in love. You're gonna fall in love with these paintings. This guy is just amazing, and everything that you see on his Facebook site are real places in Lebanon. I'm proud of him for being Lebanese. I'm Lebanese, and I'm very thankful for him for donating his art, his hard work, his paintings, and you will have an opportunity to win one of his paintings tonight. $25 Mancy's, water painting, $10 Amazon, and $10 Target. This is the big one. I want everybody to play. Everybody must play on that one. You guys have been wonderful. You've been wonderful not only this year, the year before, and the year before it. You are great supporters of St. Paul's. As we are waiting for people to enter the raffle, I want to send another thank you to all our sponsors, every single one of them, whether they're individuals, whether they're corporations, organizations. They all have faith in us, and I personally will not let them down. They have faith in us that we're going to provide the service, that we're going to be there for the homeless, that we're going to have the food, that we're going to have the shelter. I'm not letting anybody down. I personally am not letting anybody down. We're going to do it. We want to hit our target of $40,000. Keep entering those raffles. I feel a winner coming up soon. Let's see a name. Is the computer ready?
They've got about 1 minute left.
1
to
minute
enter.
left to enter.
1 minute left to enter.
Okay,
How you guys
thank you.
feeling? Did you enjoy this year's production? Did you learn something about SPCC Toledo that you didn't know?
Maybe they learned something about me they didn't know.
Oh yeah, definitely. I am so proud of you for being vulnerable.
Oh,
and
Reina,
sharing your
it
story.
was such a difficult thing. You know, I tell you, I started wanting to tell my story since the beginning of the summer. Every time I sit on the computer, I would say, "No, I think I have something else to do now."
It's hard to get started, right?
It's hard to get started. I even here's the story. I even started cleaning around the house because I didn't want to write those stories.
What's your least favorite chore?
My least favorite. I tell you what. The chore that I like the most is doing the dishes.
Okay.
To me, it's just meditation. Just sit back. There's water in the hands. There's soap, and something is dirty and it's becoming clean. It's almost like it's a cleansing. You just feel clean, like inside out. Something you can see tangible.
How about the fact that we are privileged enough to have a favorite chore?
I'll tell you, indeed. We just heard the story of Jeremy. After 12 years, I don't know if you caught it on video. I probably caught it because I saw it so many times. At one point, he said, "Finally, I have to sleep without watching my back."
Without looking over my shoulder.
Looking over my shoulder. And this is a gentleman who has been homeless for 12 years. And again, I don't want to tell something that he did not disclose, but this person really, really, really had it hard.
Yes.
And had it not been for St. Paul's that kept taking him back and kept giving him chances, we kept working with his mental health, and we kept at him. He mentioned that he has been at St. Paul's about 1.5 years, and that is not because he was only waiting for housing. That's because he had other issues, more complex issues with mental health that we had to get under control. And he's only one example.
It's usually never just finances that a person is homeless. You know, there's always, not always, but there's usually some other underlying, whether it's mental health or physical illness or lack of support system
Exactly.
or substance use disorder.
Yes, and I'll tell you, there's a couple of tough things that we deal with at St. Paul's. One of them is unstable mental health conditions, unstable symptoms, not severe enough to where the person needs to hit the hospital for psychiatric stabilization, but hard enough for them not to able to function at their best. And this is a toughie, because you know that person can keep it together for 2 minutes, but you cannot sit down with them and make plans. You cannot sit down with them and say, Monday morning at 8, we want to pick you up and we're going to go to Social Security. No, as soon as you start talking to them more than 2-3 minutes, they start being so disorganized with their thoughts, and you can't focus them. Now it becomes harder and harder to make plans. And now what happens with them is these are the same people who decompensate very quickly. One day they're okay, and the next day they don't take their medication and they're ready to hit the hospital. So we help them with that process. They hit the hospital, they get stabilized, they come back to St. Paul's, then they start again. We just cannot get them stable enough to where we can make long-term
You're talking
plans.
about homelessness, as we talked about in those videos, as sometimes a chronic disability. It's a disorder, and it's not something that you can just be like, oh, we'll get a job and your life is going to be fine.
No, not at all.
It's never just that easy.
It's never that easy. And I'll tell you though, I get a small example from you and I. Sometimes I'll be sitting at home, nothing is happening. I get a piece of mail in the mail, and somebody saying, well, either I owe him money or like a disturbing news kind of thing. And I'm shook up all day. I can't focus now. I have to call that person. I have to straighten the thing out. Now imagine your whole life is like that.
Yes.
You are kind of distant, or you're not engaged with your family. You don't have that support. Then you have back utility payments in maybe 300, 400, and
you
500.
Haven't slept.
You haven't slept. You haven't showered well. You haven't eaten well.
Yes.
You haven't eaten well. And you know what, though? The trick is there are resources. Somebody owes utilities. Yes, there are resources. But again, we talked about navigating a complex system. we
I
start
see
talking
people
about.
still. Did everybody enter the raffle? It looks like some of you guys are still trying to enter the raffle. We're gonna open up entries for 60 seconds. There's a delay, so that's gonna give you guys about 30 seconds. So Kathleen,
Okay.
I see you.
Okay.
Cindy, I see you. Hold on, guys.
Here we are talking, and these guys want to win.
Well, that's because this is still work for us. Okay?
That still work for us. That's fine. That's fine. But here you get me started on stories, and I took off like crazy here.
Well,
Rada.
because that's what this is all about. I mean,
Yeah.
there's homeless shelters in every state, and they're all wonderful and they're all doing good work. But sometimes it's nice just to talk about what SPCC is doing, a smaller nonprofit homeless shelter that's more than a homeless shelter.
Yes, it is
So
indeed.
much more than a homeless shelter.
And little
I love
things.
you too, Rolanda.
Little things like that. I talked about little things on purpose. That's why I was having so difficult little things, because I was referring to a little thing of plugging your phone in to be charged. I'll tell you, I go to St. Paul's every day, and sometimes I have outreaches and appointments, and I go back and forth 3-4 times a day sometimes to St. Paul's. Every time I go by, there's a different person charging that phone. Just I'll tell you, there's the little things that we don't think about that are so important, and they are so grateful to have them. And that's why, again, you're talking about disclosing personal things. It's the navigating a complex system. It's being alone and isolated. You know what it is?
It's not wanting people to know your business.
It's not knowing
being
what
afraid to
people know.
ask for help, being afraid of what the consequences are for asking help, because
Yes,
when you've
indeed.
asked for help in the past, you haven't been met with people like SPCC who are
Indeed.
understanding of the entire individual's needs.
Indeed. And don't forget, though, by the time they hit SPCC.
We love you too, Julie. Thank you for
Oh,
being
Julie,
here.
thank you for being here. Yes, by the time they hit SPCC, they've been traumatized for years.
Yes.
Whether they were in foster care, whether they dealt with rough deputies, and thank you for your work, our deputies and police. They do a wonderful job and they're supportive. But sometimes our clients cannot read that body language of authority. They have problems with that.
Yes.
And they get traumatized in prison, in jails, with authority
school.
figures, in schools.
school.
By the time they get to St. Paul's, of course they are traumatized. Of course they are traumatized. It's hard for them to kind of get that connection. That's why people ask me, well, why are these people camping in front of your door, Joe? And I said, well, wait a minute, let's give them a chance. And believe it or not, everybody who has been camping across the street from St. Paul's in the last 2 years, there were about 15 to 20 of them. Every single one of them got housed except 2. 2 of them are still out there, and there's the one person who we've been, she's been out there for a good year. She only comes in during winter crisis. Other than that, she wants to be left alone. But we're not giving up on her. And this is the name of the game, and this is why we need the support.
And she hasn't given up on you guys because
She
she's
hasn't
still
given up
there.
on- yeah. And you tell me, what else can she go and tolerate that?
Yeah,
and the business will tolerate
and
that.
feel like she's not going to get kicked out of a spot, because
Exactly.
sometimes you have to inch your way in, like you said.
You have to inch your way
they
in.
can't just come in the door because of all the trauma or the past negative responses, and so
Exactly.
building that trust sometimes is
is
paramount.
Is crucial. And I'll tell you, I would much rather have her in front of St. Paul's door under kind of semi-protection, her feeling safe like that, than being God knows where, and God knows who's going to do what to her. Even though, of course, it doesn't look good. Oh, well, nobody wants that. I don't care about that. I care about this person.
We're not here to
being
hide the
reached.
problems. We're
not
here
here
to
to hide
eradicate the
problems.
problem. It's very different.
Exactly.
It's very
Exactly. Absolutely. And there's so many stories like that. It's unbelievable.
You ready to
And
pick a winner?
again, yes, I am. But first, I want to say we couldn't do what we do without our supporters. I thank them so much today
Yes.
because you don't know how much it means to me that somebody comes in and they bring a check with their hard-earned savings.
Or
They
even
could
the
have-
fact that they're here listening to the stories.
Listen,
For
exactly.
over 2 hours now.
For over 2 hours, and even individuals, I'll tell you, individuals who doesn't support us with their money, that's fine. These are the ambassadors.
Yes.
These are the ones who go out and say, thank you, St. Paul's, for doing what you do. And our staff, Reina, you know, you've been around St. Paul's a lot. They're just wonderful with what they do. I'll
So
tell you,
compassionate.
so compassionate. I couldn't do it. All right, I'm gonna declare a winner now. Not declare. I'm gonna read the winner because the winner has been declared already.
Did you guys hear Joe fangirling for the staff? That's what we like to hear, Joe. Yes, you guys. Before we announce the winner, please put some love in the chat for the staff of St. Paul's Community Center.
Indeed.
Because we wouldn't be doing any of this, and the people that work at St. Paul's, they're doing it because they care. They're not taking home $10,000 a month or $100 an hour. It's true love work.
Yes, indeed. You have to love what you do. You have to care. You have to be compassionate. That's why in the beginning I said we're the experts. You become an expert very quickly. And all that. All right, so these guys are waiting, Reina. Don't keep them waiting anymore. I got to do the Colombo thing. But first.
What do you have to do tonight, guys?
Nothing. AGT is over. We know that. So
the winner is.
All right, let me get the glasses. I cannot read it. Lala, thank you so much for playing. Thank you for watching, Lala. I didn't even see you at the chat. Thank you. Actually, Lala deserves it. Lala's. I know Lala. She's a wonderful person. Not that everybody else doesn't deserve it. Every single person who is here, who's watching, who's supporting St. Paul's, I'll tell you, I love you. I love you. I love you.
I got the claps
I
going,
cannot
Joe.
say.
I got the claps going.
Thank you.
Joe can't hear chat. So.
All right, good enough. Already.
Thank you guys. Thank you so much for supporting this event year after year. It's not just an event that you're supporting. It really is a year's worth of food. It's the Winter Crisis Program. It's the Payee Program. You're supporting people from the time that they're homeless all the way through being housed and on.
Exactly.
Because that's huge. We're not just, all right, you did it, kick you out the door like a high schooler, right, at 18.
Not at
Good
all.
luck. We're there. SPCC is there.
Absolutely. Before we sign off, do we have a final number? We are, how much away are we?
We are at 38,300.
38,300. 38,300. Guys, thank you. Thank you all.
Less than $200 away. Look.
38,300.
The gift,
1,200.
Almost 2,000.
2,000, I'm sorry.
No.
That's not a lot either because of our beautiful community. The
Yes.
Give Butter link is open. The SPCC offices are open. There are so many ways that you can give. You can mail a check. You can Venmo. You can exclamation text in the chat. That will bring up our texting number.
Yes.
We're so close, you guys, to that $5,000 goal. That's huge.
That is
50,000,
huge.
40,000.
Exactly. Yes,
I'm
indeed.
throwing out numbers.
Yes, indeed. And my favorite way of donation is come and see me.
You know what my favorite way of donating is?
Yeah.
Donating.
Yeah. Reina, you're something else, you know. I gotta learn that from you. Yes, that's my new favorite way too.
We love you guys. Stay around and chat. Feel free to hang out. Drop by SPCC. Feel free to volunteer. We're going to be needing blankets and sheets. And as always, because this is a fundraiser, we cannot do this without your donations.
And did you mention volunteers? We have something coming up on October 22nd, a big volunteering day for St. Paul's. We want to give the shelter a new facelift, and I'm talking about painting here. So you're gonna hear more about that in Facebook and all the other social media. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. I love you all, and I want to say good night.
It's 2 a.m. and I'm lying here, tired yet wide awake, thinking about so many things happening of late. All the changes, all the losses, it's hard for me to take. Time goes on and I find myself lost in my own space. I know things happen as they should, can't argue how they go. Yet I'm filled with discontent, and it's more than the sorrow. There's so many things I'm thankful for, but the longing still remains. Something more that I'm aching for to free me from this pain. I take a deep look and I see I have a restless soul. It's calling me to find my way and be useful to the world. It's where I'll find my answers, where I will find my peace. Simply said, I need to be useful to the world. Yes, I'm restless. I don't know where I'm bound. Is this a dream with no guarantee my mark will touch the ground? Time is not the answer, nor the company I keep. I'll know it when it comes to me. The wondering will cease. Until then, I'll charge through life, taking all that I can take, and savor all the blessings, and deal with the heartache. Perhaps along the journey, a sense of peace will just unfurl, and know in my heart at last I see I am useful to the world. I take a deep look and I see I have a restless soul. It's calling me to find my way and be useful to the world. It's where I'll find my answers, where I will find my peace. Simply said, I need to be useful to the world. Oh, useful to the world. Ooh, It's 2 a.m. and I'm lying here, tired yet wide awake, thinking about so many things happening of late. All the changes, all the losses, it's hard for me to take. Time goes on and I find myself lost in my own space. I know things happen discontent, and it's more than the sorrow. There's so many things I'm thankful for, but the longing still remains. Something more that I'm aching for to free me from this pain. I take a deep look and I see I have a restless soul. It's calling me to find my way and be useful to the world. It's where I'll find my answers, where I will find my peace. Simply said, I need to be useful to the world. Yes, I'm restless. I don't know where I'm bound. Is this a dream with no guarantee? My mark will time.